This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by nullifynow.com/New Hampshire. Now, I know this guy's a legislator. Sir, are you an escaped Wisconsin senator by any chance?
No, thankfully I'm here in New Hampshire where we have no reason to escape the legislature. Some days I think the other place is better to be than all the kind of legislation we see coming across our desk. But no, here in New Hampshire we're responsible and we are accountable and we do what our voters sent us here to do.
Well, you actually did manage to escape to New Hampshire though, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. I moved here from Southern Nevada a number of years ago and just recently was elected to the State House, and now I'm 2 months into it, in my first term on the Criminal Justice Committee.
What is it that makes New Hampshire the better place to be?
It's really the overall attitude of liberty here. It's a long-standing tradition. In fact, the motto is live free or die. A lot of people know that. And you'll find that from natives as well as people that moved here. They came here because they just want to be free. They want government off their backs, less regulation, fewer restrictions, and lower taxes. And that's all part of the New Hampshire advantage that we've come to grow and love here.
What do you think is changing, over the last 5-6 years in terms of New Hampshire's comparison to other states? Are we pulling ahead in terms of the amount of freedom we have compared to other states?
That's hard to measure, certainly, but we're not going down the rat hole as quickly as other states. So if nothing else, we've slowed down the deterioration, and I think this year and next year will be telling to see if we can reverse that trend and actually expand liberty, expand personal responsibility and freedoms here in this state. And we want to be a beacon or a paragon to the rest of the United States to show them, hey, it can be done. More government is not the answer, and if we can do it here in New Hampshire, then it will slowly spread to the others.
What are your thoughts on the government workers?
They're telling lies. They're saying that there's more of them protesting than us.
Getting upset in Wisconsin and in some cases not going to work, and this sort of Greece-style rebellion that's going on. And there seems to be a little bit of that here too already.
You're going to see that here eventually with the party politics, the partisan politics, or the nature of the beast, really. And I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I think that's just a symptom of the deeper-rooted problem, which is the expansion of public sector unions. And that we will see here. That we already have a problem with. And you'll probably see some outrage and some protest by public sector union members this year or next year, because the State House in New Hampshire, along with the Senate, hopefully, will be drastically reducing expenditures. And the only way to really cut spending is to cut overhead, salaries, and pensions.
Do you have a sense, in terms of percentage, how much lower our budget might be this year than last year? Do you have a prediction?
We're looking at about 9%. 9% less spending from the previous budget.
Nice. And you think that's what will be the actual end result of this year?
That's what we're on schedule to do right now.
Nice.
It's hard to tell. There's so many moving parts because the revenue projections come in monthly from each department around the state, and those are dependent on a number of things, including the weather and other environmental factors and general economic conditions in the neighboring states.
All right.
But I think if we do 9%, we'll make history, because that'll be the only the second time in modern history in New Hampshire where the budget has actually gone down from the previous biennium.
And 9% is nothing to sneeze at.
Actually, the only other time in history it went down was only 1%. So this would be
well,
significant.
that was what, last year, wasn't it?
No, spending has never gone down
really?
Except for one time, and that was 1%.
Okay. All right. Good work out there, Mark.
Thank you.
Thanks for the specificity.
Thank you, Dave.
Are you frustrated by the cancellation of this year's New Hampshire Liberty Forum? Be frustrated no longer. Tons of your Liberty friends, and maybe a few of your heroes, will still be descending on the Free State for Nullify Now. It's on March 19th in Manchester. It's going to be an unusual mix. Top NH Republican brass and the State House leadership will be there, but we're also expecting a new focus on civil disobedience. Don't miss it. nullifynow.com/New Hampshire.